All right, y'all, they finally figured it out. And I am so happy to show you guys when the moment of realization came because the freak out that is happening on the Democrats in one of their little rallies where they're trying to gin up support for the whole shutdown thing is a beautiful thing to watch. Yeah, FAFO is coming early this year, and guys, this is just not working out. I've got that clip. I've got CNN openly just mocking Hakeem Jeffries and calling him out on live TV. I've got some other realization. You're going to love every second of this. So guys, as you're getting in here, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on. I am so amped to see what you guys think. And the first person here is Staccato Dan 2024. Not only a great name, but a great classic piece of freedom firearm machinery. All right, guys, listen, we got the emojis, we got the chats. I see you guys getting in here. Audio and video is good. Let's not waste time. We have an evening to commence. Let's get into it, guys. I'm telling you, this is about to make you smile. So make sure you send this one out. Okay, guys, let's get into this. You're going to have a blast. You can follow me at Braden LOA on X, of course. Let's get into the party. Okay, so as you guys are fully aware, we're in like day, I don't even care about the government shutdown. They try to make it a big deal. It's all about them. But here's the thing. Do you remember, and let me hear you in the comments over here if you do, when we were talking about the Dems shut down the government, and so Trump takes his Office of Management and Budget, the guy's name was Ross Vaught, and he just starts cutting all the Democrat programs. We've talked about it a few times, and it always ends in FAFO for the Dems, and it's, in fact, only getting worse now. So that's what we've been talking about. Remember that name, Russ Vaught. And now the Democrats seem to have figured out what's happening because as long as the government is shut down, Trump and Russ Vaught can very easily go ahead and just cut whatever they want. Well, the Democrats seem to figure it out, and now they're calling him the Grim Reaper. Yep, not making it up. Let's go. This is Sidney Hoyer. This is a Democrat, I believe minority whip is his current position. Let me show you what he's saying. Guys, this is classic FAFO.
Ladies and gentlemen, every authoritarian leader has had his Grim Reaper. Russell Vought is Donald Trump's Grim Reaper.
Okay, so the guy who's cutting the programs is now the Grim Reaper. We've gone from fascist to Nazi to every name in between. Now we're moving into Grim Reaper. Don't worry. You know the number one way you can tell you've got a winning attack is when you have to whip out Webster's definitions about what you're saying. Honest to God, that's about to happen. Let's get it, guys. The mocking just needs to get more and more and more. Loving the emojis, loving the comments, loving the chats, and all the shares. Thank each and every one of you. We are saving this country. Let's get it.
Trump even posted a bizarre video describing Vought in those terms. That's who he wanted, a Grim Reaper. Grim is defined in the dictionary as sinister, savage, and ferocious. A trauma causer. Reaper is defined that which is used to cut down. Vought swings his scythe through the federal government as thoughtlessly and dangerously as Elon Musk and the Doge children did with their chainsaws.
God, they make the content for me. Oh my God. Okay. You remember when I told you, God, I don't even know where to go first. Remember when I told you this was just like Elon and his team when he was going through the Doge cuts and they made it even worse? And now guys, I told you this a week and a half ago. And now the Democrat minority whip, Sidney Hoyer, is going, just like the Doge cuts and Elon Musk. Welcome to the party. I swear I don't tell the future. These guys are just that far behind. But anyway, the other part about this. The Grim Reaper, savage, causer of trauma, and reaper to cut things down, swinging his scythe around with reckless abandon, just like Elon Musk. Guys, the content writes itself. This is why they're getting their butts handed to them. All right, let's keep on going. let it wrap up. Loving the emojis. Keep them coming.
The effect, sadly, has been the same. Great damage to the government, the American people, and the morale, psychological well-being, and efficiency of the patriotic American workers we call federal workers who serve them.
Did he just use the word efficient and government worker in the same sentence? God almighty, get the scythe. All right. In a moment of seriousness, guys, this is exactly what we were talking about. They're figuring it out on like day 14 of a government shutdown, what we were talking about on the first day. Good Lord. Man, it's crazy. And if you guys are just now getting in here, join this party where we make the nation better step by step, generation by generation, and hit that subscribe button, like the video, subscribe, share, do all the things, notification bell. We got a mission to accomplish. And this is our opponent, which we are backhanding on the daily. All right, loving the emojis. The chats are fire. Let's keep going. We've got even more for you. Because I would not call you to assembly for nothing. All right, so here we go. This is supplementing the point even further. Every time Trump starts talking, he just starts pulling out more FAFO for these people, okay? Watch what he says today as he gets just more and more and more of the cuts that he wanted and campaigned on. Again, this is not like it's a surprise and you aren't expecting this. This is literally what he promised, okay? Let's keep going.
And you're a smart guy, so you all understand, but a lot of people don't. The Democrats are getting killed on the shutdown, because we're closing up programs that are Democrat programs that we were opposed to. So we're being able, and they're never going to come back in many cases. So we're being able to do things that we were unable to do before. So we're closing up programs that are Democrat programs that we wanted to close up or that we never wanted to happen, and now we're closing them up. And we're not going to let them come back. The Democrats are getting killed. And we're going to have a list of them on Friday, closing up some of the most egregious, socialist, semi-communist, probably not full communist, we're saving that for New York, but semi-communist programs.
All right, now, of course, that was a little dig at Zoran Mamdani or whatever his name is, the guy that's going to singly undermine all the other Republican, Democrat close races. But that's another thing for another time. He just said it again, guys. We're just going to go after Democrat, communist, socialist, somewhat communist, halfway communist, maybe 25% communist. I don't know. We're just going to go after all of them because the Democrats screwed up. They're getting killed. They're getting killed all day. They're killed. They're dead like dogs. They're dead. I mean, guys, it's Trump is playing this game over here, and the Democrats are playing the one from like the 1970s government shutdown playbook. And it is not even close. It's like the varsity versus the JV team. And don't worry, we got the scythe to prove it. Anyway, back to Trump and his Grim Reaper. God, guys, it's not even on the same ball field. Loving the emojis. Keep them going. Let's get this energetic, people.
And we're closing them up. We're not closing up Republican programs because we think they work. So the Democrats are getting killed, but they're not telling the people about that. I say it, I haven't said it probably as bluntly as I just said it, but so we are closing up Democrat programs that we disagree with, and they're never going to open again. Thank you very much. Thank you.
And they're never going to open again. Thank you very much. Oh my God, this guy is he is a treat for the eyes and the ears. All right, let's keep on going. We have a path of freedom which we must traverse because guys, if you are here now, this is the moment. This is the Easter egg when CNN literally mocks the leader of the Democrats in the House, Hakeem Jeffries, to his face on live CNN. Guys, I told you in other videos, when the media starts throwing them under the bus and starts backhanding them publicly, they done goofed. This is gold. Subscribe, like, share. Let's go. Let's get it. Just be prepared. I'm going to get big. Hold on. I got to make this big for you guys. This is everything that you need to see in life. Get ready for delicious.
Meetings, no discussions. Donald Trump has held them back from even having a meaningful engagement to try to find
You're
common
right down
ground.
the hall from Mike Johnson's office. I know exactly where you are. You could probably take a few steps and go knock on the door and talk to him. Have you tried that?
Speaker Johnson hasn't been given permission to have a conversation with me or Leader Schumer, and he said as much earlier today.
So you don't think he would talk to you at all?
We can have a conversation, but the problem is that until they get the green light to actually have a meaningful discussion to try to find common ground and a bipartisan path forward and a willingness to address the damage that Republicans have done to the health, the safety, and the economic well-being of the American people, then of course any informal discussion is going to be not fruitful.
Okay, I mean, come here. Guys, who had on their bingo card for this week that Hakeem Jeffries was going to be virtue signaling interviewing in the halls of Congress, and then the CNN anchor Dana Bash goes, "Oh, he won't talk to you. I know where you are exactly. I've been there. Why don't you go 5 feet to the left and knock on his door?" Have you tried that? Oh my God, you can't make this stuff up. You want to know why you're winning? No, we're going big again. Sorry. You want to know why you're winning, guys? You want to know why the country's turning red and red and redder? You want to know why the next generation is more red and all of us are going more red? It's because this is literally comical. From this right here, the Grim Reaper with definitions and saying the word scythe wrong, and then you've got Trump going, they're dumb. And then you got Dana Bash at CNN openly saying, why don't you walk down 5 feet and knock on the door? I mean, like, guys, this is why you are winning. This is why the nation is going to turn to the right direction, because these people are only posturing, virtue signaling, and playing a game from 2004. It's 2025, baby. This does not work anymore. There's been a few changes since then. Let's keep on going. But that's why you're winning. That's why we're going to continue winning. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh, look. This is another thing. I think, hold on, make sure I'm following on the right path here. Yep, right here. I'm going to set this part up. This is an important piece to set this up as we transition away from the ultimate mockery of the Democrats and Hakeem Jeffries, who's 5 feet down from Speaker Johnson's office. This is a contrast point. And this is more of the serious point on how this is being perceived. So I showed you that Trump was saying he's going to cut all of it. They're afraid with scythes and grim reapers and whatever because their own shutdown enabled it. Worse than Elon, like we said. And then on the other end of that, you have Donald Trump saying, Hakeem Jeffries just virtue signaling. Well, in this case, we're going to talk about perception. So what Donald Trump is about to do is about to put himself in the same position that he did yesterday when he said, we're going to pay our troops. And then I'm going to show you, actually, I got to go show you one more clip. I just remembered. I'm going to show you what they're doing on the other side of this. I'm going to play this clip and I'll bring up the other one while I'm doing it. Get it, Trumpy!
Money to pay the troops on October 15th. Okay. How is
I actually have a man who is a very wealthy person. You'll know that when I tell you this. Who called.
All right, I just messed it up. Sorry, hold on. See what happens when I try to do things on the fly? I'll get that back. Hold on a second. Hold on, Trump. Calm down. All right, I've got something that I do have to show you, though. This is too good. Hold on. Where is this one clip that I bookmarked? Because it is essential, and if I didn't bookmark it, that is on me as a poor host. Man, you guys flood the chat over there real quick, because I've got to get this one. There's no way I did not mark this one. Oh my goodness gracious. What's happening with my life right now? Oh well, it's a live stream. I can't search for something. I really thought I had it up, but that's okay. We're going to close this out. It's a heck of a clip. We'll just imagine it was amazing. All right, Trump, let's see if I can get you back in here. Oh no, I made it all angry. Come on, Trumpy Trump. Clear. See what happens when I try to multitask? It just goes off the rails every time. All right, come on, Trump. I believe in you.
We're going to take care of our troops.
There we go.
This was a position
Goodness gracious. All right, guys, I'm a professional. I am a professional. We're going to do the whole clip over again. We'll do this right.
Shutdown. You have the money to pay the troops on October 15th. Okay. How is
I actually have a man who is a very wealthy person. You'll know that when I tell you this. Who called a donor, a great gentleman, and he said, if there's any money necessary, shortfall, for the paying of the troops, that I will pay it, meaning he will pay it. How about that? I said, look, we're not going to need it. We're going to take care of our troops. But this was a position that's being forced upon us by Democrats. And all they have to do is just...
All right, so hey, first of all, hold on a second. Now, I am personally offended by a chat comment. I need a new computer. That is not the computer's fault. I will have you know, this machine, Operation of Freedom, is running on the premium computing devices. No, that was actually the exit because I did something wrong. That was me. That was me. But now let's go to the next one. He just positioned himself as the person paying the troops, right? Well, listen to the contrast here. This is really massively important and a great way to wrap this whole thought process up. Let's get it.
I don't think this is good for the Democrats. I mean, you have Donald Trump negotiating Mideast peace and flying to Egypt to oversee an agreement between Hamas and Israel. And meanwhile, Chuck Schumer is parading around the Senate, trying to stage a photo op. I mean, the split screen between actual governance of the Trump administration and just a Senate Democrats trying to figure out their message, right? Senator Van Hollen pointed out, or he called the expiring Obamacare subsidies a ticking time bomb that Republicans planted. They were introduced in ARPA, the American Rescue Plan, in 2021. I know, I was in Congress. We all voted against it on the Republican side. That was a Democrat budget reconciliation bill. It got to the Senate, and it needed 50 Senate votes. They talked about making it permanent, could not get unified Democratic support to make it permanent. It came up again in the Inflation Reduction Act. They kicked it can down the road. Again, solely Democrats voting in support of this could not get Democrats to agree to make these permanent. And now somehow, years later, it's the Republicans that are the sticking point.
This is the whole point, and we're going to wrap one more thing really quickly. That's the entire point, okay? While you have on one end Hakeem Jeffries and Chuck Schumer going around for virtue signaling interviews and posts and all that stuff we talked about, which you just saw on CNN where she made fun of him going 5 doors down. And then you got Donald Trump flying around the world making peace deals. I mean, the contrast could not be clearer. He's still paying the troops, and he's getting all the cuts that he wants because Democrats shut down the government. I mean, guys, this is like Pee Wee versus Pro. I mean, this is not even remotely close. All right, let's wrap this up. It's a good wrap up, and then we'll have a final conversation on it.
You were right in March, sir. Chuck Schumer should just continue to reopen the government. I mean, right now, Donald Trump is having to take tariff revenue to support food stamp and WIC programs. He's reallocating budgets within DOD so that troops are getting paid. He's actually doing work, and Democrats are still figuring out their message.
That's exactly it. He's doing work, and they're trying to figure out their message. And you want to know what their message is? Their message is this: Grim Reaper. Then it's Trump's kicking his butt. Then it's Hakeem Jeffries being right next to the virtue signal interview, and then Trump saying he's going to pay the troops again. Guys, this is the bottom line. When you want to see that you're winning, when you want proof and evidence that you're winning on a macro scale, not every individual tiny little thing, I'm talking about macro scale, the overall perception in the culture is shifting to the right because this is the left. This is what's happening. Not only are they violent, not only are they unhinged, not only do they protest everything under the sun, I think 8 years ago, they were wearing literal labias on their foreheads. Well, now they're inflated mascots. I mean, and they're doing naked die-ins on bikes. I mean, okay, please keep doing that. But this is the point, the contrast. It's all about the contrast. And that's why we're going to win, because the next generation sees it. We currently see it. And honestly, all the patriots are just full up of the dumbness. Honestly. But that's what I've got for you guys. Let me know what you think in the comments field below. I hope you enjoyed every second of it. I love each and every one of you, just the right amount that makes you feel comfortable. And I will see you guys tomorrow. I'm Braden. See you later.